This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Chris Dunn wants to know, have you ever seen a wrestler get beat up by a fan?
No, but there's some tough fans out there. I've seen things get pretty hairy. Ted DiBiase, when he was in Louisiana, and I was there with him for 5 months, some places like Laranger and Homa, to where the door to our locker room opened up, and all there was about 5 or 6 feet wide, 2 single strands of rope that went all the way down to the ring. And that was your barricade. And Ted DiBiase had done some rotten things to Junkyard Dog, who was as over in Louisiana as anybody's ever been over anywhere. I mean, they loved him down there. Ted would go out the door. His music would hit. He would start out the door. You would hear boom, 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 boom. And he'd come flying right back in the door. The fans were kicking his ass as soon as he stuck his head out the door. And we would have to stay until the show was over to make sure Teddy got back from the ring. And brother, there's some tough fans out there, especially when they're sucker punching you in the back of the head. I saw that quite a bit. There's been some occasions where guys would slide in the ring and double leg dives, one of the wrestlers and stuff. And you thought, oh God, this guy might have got a handful here. But the thing is, they realize pretty quickly that they have really overstepped their boundaries. And you could see when it hits them, they start looking around like, oh, this looks different being in here looking out than on the outside looking in. And they start thinking, and that's where you get control of them and get them out of the ring. But there's been some guys slide in that ring, pretty good sized fellas, that you wondered, is this going to end badly?
Interesting question here from Shane Hill, more of a philosophical question. Overall, who does Arn think makes a better champion, a heel or a babyface?
I think a heel with a lot of devilish qualities that just makes you want to see him get his ass kicked. And it doesn't matter who does it. Once a guy reaches that acclaim and that reputation, that's when you really draw money, because they will pay to see anybody shut this guy up. And it also gives the babyface a mountain to climb, something to achieve. If he's already the champion, I'm already satisfied. He has to go after a title that means something to him, tell me why it means something to him, and have to earn his way there.
Paul wants to know, has an enhancement talent ever challenged a superstar in the locker room after a match if he felt like he was being taken advantage of in the ring? That's an interesting question, Arn, because boy, Kevin Sullivan, the Steiner brothers, there's been a lot of guys who it looked like Vader. They were just brutal to some enhancement guys. Did anybody ever get pretty hot and bothered about it backstage and try to make an issue of it physically?
Well, I'm sure they all got hot and bothered. But there was that thing that between the ring and the locker room that usually put out most fires. God, I want to do this. I don't want to get fired. Probably went through their minds. But hey, there's some tough guys that come down to just do TV, and really tough guys that you never knew were that tough. I never saw a backstage deal because I truly believe they figured in their mind that was just part of the job. And by the time you got back there and you realized you weren't hurt that bad, you cooled off and just, went on about your business because you wanted to come back the next time.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.